Hi, I'm Emily from emilylearning.com. In this lesson, we'll be looking at lowest common multiple. So what is lowest common multiple? Well, the lowest common multiple, or usually we call it LCM in short, of a group of numbers is the smallest common multiple of the group. So let me give you an example to explain this in greater detail. So in order to find the common multiple or the lowest common multiple, we first list the multiples of the numbers. So if you're looking at the multiples of 3 and 4, okay, or if we want to find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4, we'll start off by listing some of the multiples of 3 and 4, okay? So like for example, the multiples of 3 will be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and so on. And the multiples of 4, we'll list them 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and so on. So from these lists here, right, we see some common numbers, okay, common multiples. So the first common multiple that we saw is 12. The next one we saw is 24. If you have to continue listing the multiples, there will be more. So the common multiples, there is no end to it. All right, there's no end to the number of common multiples. Okay. So usually when we are talking about common multiple, we always ask for the lowest common multiple. Okay, because the highest one is infinite. All right. Okay, so if you look at these, the common multiple, the smallest one is 12. So therefore, we say that 12 is the lowest common multiple, or the LCM, of 3 and 4. Right? Next, we can find the lowest common multiple by prime factorization. So remember that for a multiple, okay, a multiple must be able to divide by, must be able to be divided by the number, okay, leaving no remainder. So a multiple is always bigger than or equal to the numbers here. So the common multiple, the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4 must be greater than the greater number, which is 4, must be greater than or equals to 4. But 4 is not a multiple of 3, so 4 cannot be the lowest common multiple. So you need a number that's greater, and in this case, it is 12. But if you have to consider the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6, then you know that, okay, for 3, I can list out 3, 6, 9. These are the multiples of 3. The multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, and so on. So the smallest or the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6 are 6. So you notice that the lowest common multiple must be at least equal to the bigger of all these numbers, okay, or greater than them, like in this case. So a multiple will always be bigger than or at least equal to the smallest of the group of numbers. Okay, so just remember, multiple always bigger, okay, or equal to the biggest number. Okay, so now coming back to this, okay, how do you find the lowest common multiple by prime factorization? So you can find the lowest common multiple by prime factorization. So to do so, you'll first need to express the numbers as the product of its prime factors in index notation. Then you take all the numbers, okay, everything, okay, the bigger of everything. All right. So let me explain with an example. So for example, we want to find the lowest common multiple of 12 and 18. So we can express 12 and 18 as a product of their prime factors in index notation. So 12 is equals to 2 squared times 3, 18 is equals to 2 times 3 squared. So to find the LCM of 12 and 18, okay, you need to take everything. So it has base 2, it has base 3, right? Okay, and we need to take the base with the greater index. So both of them have base 2. So, and I'll take the bigger one. So it's 2 squared. Both of them have base 3, and I need to take the bigger one. I need to take the bigger one so that, okay, the multiple that I have found is divisible by both numbers. So think about it. If I were to take 3, 2 squared times 3, okay, then it's divisible. This number, 2 squared times 3, which is basically 12, can divide by 12 completely, but not 18, right? Okay, so therefore you always take the bigger of the two. So if you have a common base, you take the bigger one. Okay, take the bigger one. Okay, because a multiple must either be greater than or equal to these numbers here, and also your multiple must be able to be divided by both numbers, okay, without giving any remainder. So you must take the bigger of the index. Okay, so if you have common base, you need to take the greater index. Okay, this is different from highest common factor where you take the smaller index. Okay. So now coming back to this, LCM of 12 and 18 will be 2 square times 3 square, which is 4 times 9, which is 36. So therefore, the lowest common multiple of 12 and 18 is 36.